I think of those situations that we've been in where we have a balance. I remember being in the field 4 days out of the week and coming back the 5th day into the office and working with the crew in the office. And I also remember being in the office for 4 days and getting out into the field for 1 day. And for me, it was a great balance because being out in the field, I feel more disconnected. We didn't have the good cell phones back there. They were just the voice cell phones. You didn't have smartphones. You couldn't connect via Zoom with your colleagues. Otherwise, it would have been much, much better for us. But I wasn't inside all the time either. Once I was inside working on projects, it'd go out and it would get a little bit confining. So I would need to go out in the field and do work out there. So for me, a balance was nice. It worked for me. And I think in my life, too, I think balance is so important. That we balance the time of self-enrichment and time of giving unto others and being part of a larger community. I remember the logs of wood burning, 4 logs burning brightly, and they say, well, what good is church and being part of community? And without a word, you move the one log away and it burns for a little while, then kind of goes out while the others are still burning brightly. And then you move the log back and it reignites and becomes a flame again. This makes me think of the sheep in the sheepfold and the pasture, Jesus being the shepherd and the gate. What Jesus offers is for the sheep, for us, is both security and warmth and a different presence being in the sheep pen at night for safety and other reasons. And then guarding it so that nothing will happen. You won't escape at night and for your own detriment, and wolves and foxes and coyotes can't get in. But then during the day, you let the sheep out and they go in the pasture and become fed and enriched in a different way. The disciples whom Jesus is talking to is living that life with Jesus at the time. They were together most of the time, and you remember Jesus sent them out 2 by 2 and into the next city to heal and spread the word, the gospel, and to help people in general, and then to come back and share with the community that they've been apart from. And even Jesus going out on his own to pray for enrichment and for a little bit of quiet time for his own sake. Jesus offers this without being oppressive in any way. Jesus is not the gatekeeper who sits there and won't let anybody out for any reason at all. It's more of a freedom to come and go. And in the pen there is a richness, there is a sense of solidarity, there's a sense of community and oneness with the shepherd. And then the ability to leave as well is quite a wonderful thing. Jesus offers us that opportunity. We are not coerced into believing and following him, as his disciples were not coerced to follow. And we see in Scripture that some left after hearing what the life of a disciple will be like, the crosses that they'll need to bear. But the ones who stayed found that life was a bit more fulfilling and filled with hope in a time of oppression. The Roman gatekeepers who kept everybody down for their own benefit and not for the sheep, not for the people. But Jesus tips the tables on that, and they're free to come and go, and he'll protect and give them a new life. They'll save them through him, through the life that he will give them and lead them and show them the way. It's very important for that to happen, for Jesus to be that, as we see, the shepherd is an important image. Maybe not for us so much. There are a few sheep farms in the area, but we're not as familiar with that. But back then, a shepherd was really something special. King David was a shepherd, and others who took care of sheep and were enriched with the Spirit to enrich others with the Spirit of God. And we thank God for being the shepherd of us, so that we can be enriched and saved and fulfilled through his word, so that we can go out of the pen and be part of the larger world and make a difference through our works, our acts, the way we love. Amen.